Hello, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Night Fox, and I hope you're having a good Friday. Today I will be talking about, again, my video game collection. So, we're gonna be continuing where we left off from the last time, and I think last time we stopped at Game Boy Color games, so we're gonna go up from there. Let's see then. So I will slowly reach then, and we'll get to some more stuff. And we're also gonna be checking out a little of the new gameplay trailers, talking about it. Well, yeah, let's get started then. I'm also gonna put up some music, but it's copyright free music. I hope it's not too loud, or even if you can hear it. I will check then later. Alright then, where did we left off? See, I think it was the Game Boy Color. And I think next was up. Game Boy Color. Yeah, Game Boy Advance, that's right. Alright, that's one box. Couple of more. Alrighty then. First up, I'm gonna start out with. I'm just checking if I didn't forget any. No, I don't think so. First up, I only have, I think, only one Japanese. Let's get to the other one. The camera. I think I only got one Japanese one, so let's see. Just need to make a little space. Just so we have an easier time. This goes here, and this goes here. Alright, perfect. I hope everyone can hear me clearly. I still need to look for some soundproof foam, or at least some sound cancelling foam, but everything will be fine. First up, this Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh game, Game Boy Advance, number 6. I can't read the Japanese text, but I can look it always up. Picked this one up just because it was super cheap. It was one of the first things that I just had to try ordering. Just looks still very clean. I remember, yeah, here on the top, just a little bit on the bottom maybe, but otherwise still a good looking copy of Yu-Gi-Oh number 6 or number 2 here. We'll see. I think it just follows also the rules of, follows the normal rules. It's not like Sacred Cards or something with their own specific rules, but the artwork on this still looks amazing. Chimera, the mythical flying beast, or something like that, and then Beast of Gilfer or Archfiend of Gilfer. Still looks amazing. Alright, next up I have this little old box that I got. It was an off-brand MP4 whatever in the time of MP3, so this was just like we threw it away quickly, but yeah, I kept the box just for keeping all the video games of Game Boy Advance stuff in there. It's a decent little box, keeps them pretty safe. So we're gonna go by one, which are some of mine I got some doubles just because I bought them recently in purpose of reselling them, or yeah, I just picked them up pretty cheap. So for the purpose of chilling them, and yeah, some of them are from childhood, of course. All right, first up we have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Restchef der Zesdorer. But it's basically Restchef of Destruction. But this is one where we would hoped. I remember this one. I was trying to collect the boxed one for this. The seller said that was with the box, so it said on the description. But sadly, it came only like this. But still, clean looking copy. And speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, here's the next one, the Sacred Cards. Very good game, very good game. Played it a lot when I was younger on the Game Boy Advance. Still occasionally do, because yeah, it brings back the childhood memories. You know what, I'm just gonna take everything out first. Peaches, 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 peaches. Alright. I'm gonna put the box here so I can put nicely everything back then. Next up, this is just a ROM hack of the English version of Fire Emblem The Binding Blade, or Blazing Sword is the next one. But yeah, I wanted to try it out on a real hardware, so I did order a reproduction with the English translation on this, so don't fault me for that, but I just wanted to try it out. And yeah, just wanted to see how it was. Still need to continue it though, because I wanted to see where Roy got his game from. But hard, but good. Alright, next up, this one is a pretty recent pickup. Recent, but I mean, maybe. Oh, thank you, King Noah 19 for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Next up is the Ham games from Hamtaro. We picked this up recently. With recent, I still mean in the years, the last 3 to 4 years, I guess. The gaming convention, pretty cheap, pretty cheap. Alright, next up. Oh, I remember this one. This one I ran after school. And for the idiot that I am, I immediately took it out the box. And I'm sad that I did that. And I threw away the box because I really wanted to play this game because I borrowed it from a friend. And it was such an amazing game. I completed it 100%. No, not really 100%. The support characters are still really hard to do, but pretty expensive game this now. And if I had the box and I didn't throw it away the first day, which I am a big idiot for, I would have gotten a really expensive copy actually. But otherwise, well, it has some wear and tear. But like I said, I played this one so many times. You know what, these two also go here. Next up, Lego Star Wars the video game. I think my brother bought this one, but I still played it though, because we tried to beat every game we basically had. This is from the childhood, but I didn't play it as much so, but still pretty fun. I remember having fun except for the last boss. The final area, oh, it was pretty hard. Of course, we got Pokemon Ruby. This is still my brother's copy that I still have in the collection. That was his version. I also had a Pokemon Ruby, but as you will see later, I don't know where it is though. Oh wait, yeah, I do have Pokemon Sapphire too, and we played both versions. But this one was mine. But yeah, we restarted many times, just over and over. Still looks pretty clean. This one also looks pretty clean, but mine is yeah, mine is a little more roughed up. Pokemon Sapphire, nice coloring. Alright, next up, This one I just picked up at a flea market, I think for €5 at the time. Final Fantasy V Advance. And this one is the American version. As you can see, USA. But most games that I have are the European version. So for some reason, sometimes they're a little less expensive for that. Great game though, Final Fantasy V. Great game. Really loved it. Next up, Dragon Ball Z: The Legacy of Goku. In case you're wondering, the box games are still coming up. It's just I don't have too many of them. Again, the American version. I didn't know that. Oh well. Great game. Great game. Much better than the first one. But there are people that really don't like these games. But alright, next up, this one is also kind of a recent one. Like I said, in the last past 3 or 4 years. But time flies so fast. Spyro Season of Ice. Still need to play it actually. Never tried it out though. But my girlfriend is a huge Spyro fan. They're great games. Next up, I just picked this one up for €1 or something. $1. Cats. Why not? Eh? Why not? Remember? Oh, still has a sticker on it. Need to remove it and need to remind. Alright, next up. Same thing, dogs. Just wanted to pick it up. Pokemon. The Sapphire and Ruby one. Next up is Spider-Man 1 and 2. I have no idea because I think I just tried it for 5 seconds, but I still have it though. I got this one at a flea market too. So I still need to try this one. I hope it's a good one. Because I'm a Spidey fan. This one was also at our last gaming convention. We picked this one up. I have no idea what the name is, but it's a One Piece game. I'm curious to see what it is though. Still looks pretty clean. So, yeah. Yeah, but they're pretty good. I think it's still... I think Emerald, Ruby and Sapphire are still one of my favorites though. It's... Soul Silver is also there. Next up, Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors. But I still need to do the Battle Frontier on Emerald, which I heard is pretty hard though. Just played it mostly for the fun. The Pokemon games, it's just they look so good on the game of it. The sprite work was amazing, and I think it still holds up today. Next up, it's getting a little. Well, this one, this might have happened because that's a pretty old copy, and it was already kind of like that when I bought it at the flea market. I had actually the Sacred. Let's get one. The Sacred Stones. Actually, had first, and then I was with my dad at the flea market, and I begged for him to buy me this game, and I'm really glad he did because I really end up enjoying this one too. I don't know which one I prefer more though. I like in this one, the Sacred Stones, you have like a more free roaming option, and then that's where you can kind of train your characters more. But in this one, you don't have it. You just play the story and hope you survive till the next round. Because there's permadeath still in these games, if you know the Fire Emblem games. But I have to say, really great concept because there's many likable characters in there. Next up is Shaman King Legacy. Let me see. Legacy of the Spirits Soaring Hawk version. This one I got from my girlfriend, and I'm really glad I did because when we started dating, I started to watch anime again a lot too. A little before that actually, but I don't know if she recommended Shaman King to me, but I really ended up loving it and really getting into the series, and I really wanted to see what the games are. And this is like a Pokemon game. But a hard one, I have to say, a really hard one. There's 2 versions of this, and you can also trade with each other, if I remember, and battle. Alright, next up is Magical Quest 2 starring Mickey and Minnie. This one was at the time I was like just started working and I wanted to get some more. Hehe, nice. Yeah, you did recommend it because I can't remember how I got into it again. Alright, Magical Quest 2. I was at the time just when I started working and I was finding games pretty cheap on the fly on. We have now Marketplace on Facebook. We had something similar before. And yeah, I was trying it out and ordering many games from. I remember it was Ralph's Game Shop or something, but I don't know if it's still going on because that site has been closed and he might have moved to somewhere else. Maybe he has his own website now. I don't know for sure. Maybe I should check it out again. Then I have the third one. This one was a little harder to find, and I think it's also a little more expensive now because there was only the Japanese one of this one, starring Mickey and Donald, for the Super Nintendo, and I think that's only the Japanese one. So to get it to play like this, and I have to say the games are pretty good actually, so definitely give it a shot. It has those beautiful art styles, it's really well done. Alright, next up, I think this is the last one. No, I still have a box, that's right. I still have a lot more loose ones. Next up is Dungeon Dice Monsters. I think this one is also. Oh, it could be my childhood one, or there's an extra copy that I picked up. Yeah, no, this is my childhood one. The extra copy is in the a boxed version. You will see then later. Interesting game, but yeah, the dungeon dice concept is it's just random. You'll sometimes be long stuck in battles, but it it could be if they improved it and bring it nowadays. Like I know there's a community out there that's trying to make table games, and one of those games is Dungeon Dice, which you can really like summon also the dice, like in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime that they did before. All right, that was my first box. Next up, I got this case just because I remembered someone having it and I was jealous that he had it. So I ordered one for myself. That used to come with a how do I say it, a neck thingy to wear it around your neck or your shoulder or something, and it's to carry your DS case. But yeah, like I said, I got it pretty cheap. Yeah, it has been a little banged up, but I got it for relatively pretty cheap and it still looks pretty okay. As you can see, there's here and there some wear and tear, but I'm surprised it came in this state and it still looks pretty good. And then what I did, I just put not normally you put your DS games in here, maybe some extra things, but I did put my other Game Boy Advance games in there. There's of course let's see. Yeah, see another Restive of Destruction. Like I said, I got a couple of them in the time, but I still need to sell them. I got Mega Man Battle Network 4, which I picked up in Austria in a little game shop somewhere in the center, I think. I can't remember. I think I picked it up there. It's a pretty good game, but you can check out the Battle Network collection on the PS4 and PS5, but you might need to pay a high price for that one. Not sure. Yeah. Next up, if this is a really good one, I really recommend this one for playing, especially if you're a fan of the Castlevania series, and this is Shaman King Master of Spirits. It plays exactly the same as Castlevania, because also, as you can see, Konami, from the same makers, and they really copied just I don't know which one came before, but it plays exactly like Castlevania. It's just the same style, and I might be streaming this one day on the channel. I really want you to guys see it. It's pretty interesting. Really recommend it. And guess what? It was so good that it got a sequel, and the sequel, I think in comparison they're pretty much similar, but the sequel has more, yeah, not character development, but in combat wise he learns a little more skills, and they are pretty handy. But story wise and progression wise, I think the first one is better. And these are still games that I kind of want to collect in the box, but they are, yeah, not the most cheap anymore though. But one day maybe I find one for a good price or something. Definitely recommend these two. Definitely, it's definitely worth a shot. And as you can see, like I said, the moment I started watching Shaman King, and of course with the reboot now on Netflix, it looks crisp and clean with the new animation. But I have to say, I didn't like the voice actor for reboot of Shaman King. I watched it in English, and I have to say I gotten pretty used to the English uh, version. Alright, next up is another Shaman King game, and that's the other one. Like I said, that's like the Pokemon game. Legacy of the Spirits, the Sprinting Wolf? No. Yeah, Sprinting Wolf. Yeah, of course I had to play this one. It's with the wolf. But I still need to continue that. Next up is Donkey Kong Country 2 for the Game Boy Advance. Pretty good game. I like it a lot. Definitely recommend it. But if you have it on the Super Nintendo, play it on Super Nintendo. But if you want extra content, play it on the Game Boy Advance. The graphic wise a little bit different, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good on the small screen, especially if you play it on Nintendo DS. Next up, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Also still a game that I kind of want to get boxed. It's one of them I'm still missing. But got it pretty cheap. Next up, Donkey Kong Country 3. Amazing, amazing. Didn't this one, I have to say, like, most of these games from this is not from the childhood collection. These are more recent pickups. I did pick them up later, but I did have some time playing them. And then Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team. Picked this one up for €5 or something, because at a flea market, I think. So lucky with that, and still a pretty clean condition. Need to just clean it a little here. Alright, next up, Donkey Kong Country. Very good game, very good game. And here's my childhood version of Pokemon Ruby. As you can see, the sticker has definitely seen some better days though. But I played it so much that I need to replace kind of the battery, and maybe I should check it out though. But anyway, still kept it. This one I also picked at the flea market. The next one is Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure. I never had it, but I saw it at the flea market and I was like, I'm gonna pick this one up. I don't know how much I paid. It was more than 10 or 15. Not much more though, but this game has gone up in price, and it's a beat 'em up with Kid Goku, and it's pretty good. Did not play super far yet, but we'll definitely give it more a shot again. Next up is Yu-Gi-Oh! Worldwide Edition. And there's something, Stairway to the Destined Duel. I might have picked this one up recently in boxed version. I'm not sure yet. I have to check it out then. But I got this one from my girlfriend from the same shop in Austria. Alright, next up, and this was like a year ago, a heavy hitter. I think it went up to €200, which might been $220 or something, 230. I should check, but now it has dropped again to 60, 70. So if you were unlucky and get it at the most expensive time, I'm sorry, because it dropped, yeah, immensely. But it must have been a great game, because I still haven't tried it yet. I need to try that. Next up, another one of my childhood, Pokemon Fire Red. We played this one so much too, because I remember starting at least 3 times or 4 times just to get all the 3 roaming legendaries. Alright, next up, we picked this one up at a game store. just because it was pretty cheap, and I still have to check it out actually. Yu Yu Hakusho Spirit Detective. I'm interested in this one. Wonder how it is. I never saw the anime, which I still need to do though, and I know it's on Netflix. Pokemon Pinball, of course. This one has actually a recent pickup, just because I saw some YouTubers play on it, and I was like, looks pretty interesting. I was a fan of the original on the Game Boy Color, and yeah, I never got the chance to play this one on the Game Boy Advance, but now I did, and I don't know if I have that on the Virtual Console. Can't remember. But anyway, those were our loose games. I'm just gonna put this back quickly. Alrighty then. That's another section. And next up, alright, boxed versions of Game Boy Advance games. And some Game Boy Color. Maybe I'm gonna start. I think I did. Yeah, I did Conker's Pocket Tales, but I forgot one. I still had. I paid only $5 for this Matt Hoffman Pro BMX, and I think I need to try to get that sticker off still. But I put it in a protective case. Recent game though. Never tried it before, but it looks pretty interesting. I don't know how it is though. Interesting. Still need to try it. Alright, next up. You're gonna laugh at this one, but Disney Princess Royal Adventure. Yeah, it's still a pretty clean copy actually of the box, so it's hard to find complete in box games and in such a good condition actually, because maybe no one ever played it or something, and I was just like, okay, why not? But my girlfriend wanted a different one though. She remembered another one, so we did find the wrong one. But anyway, we still got a Buena Vista games. It's for the Kingdom Hearts series. Alright, next up, The Little Mermaid, The Kleine Zeemermin, Magic and Two Worlds. We definitely had to pick this one up. I don't know if I have to censor this, but we'll see. This one is a little bit on the sides a little, but otherwise it still looks pretty good for a box. That's why I put it in box protector, so nothing more gets more damaged. My girlfriend is a huge Little Mermaid fan. I think it's her favorite Disney movie, so yeah. And of course with the new one coming, it's gonna be a lot in the media, but they did flounder bad, I have to say. They really did flounder bad. Next up, alright, the next one, this is what I'm gonna say, this is a repro box, and it's Pokemon Emerald. I just like the cover art a lot. I put my original game cartridge in there, but I really wanted the look of it, and I will always admit when it's a repro or not, because getting this game boxed, oh my god, it's getting too expensive, and for me it's just enjoying the game. But I do have to say I really liked the coloring of the box and stuff, and yeah, of course Rayquaza. It's just cool, but it is big letter R a reproduction box, just because it was getting a little too expensive. I do have a coworker who has it completely in box, but I don't think he wants to sell it for a decent price. Because yeah. Next up, Magical Quest starring Mickey and Minnie, complete in box, but Ta-da! Price on the box still, and I still need to get it off. I hate when they put stickers on there. And also they made a little mark with it. I scratched it. But otherwise the box still looks amazing. Besides that, interesting game also. I don't know if Mini was in the original though, but interesting and good looking game with good graphics actually. Like, they really did good for the Game Boy Advance. Really, really, really. Definitely recommend it if you're a Disney fan. Next up, this. Remember I told about the game site that I ordered from, but that's the website itself is now closed, but not the Ralph Game Shop. I don't know if he still continues, but I got this game, this really good gem, and I paid only 35 for this. Really good games, really the Konami's best genre at the time. Definitely give this one a recommendation. Aria of Sorrow, really good one, really good music, really good graphics, awesome gameplay. Really recommend this game. I definitely picked this one up. It really looks good, it plays good, and it's such a good system. Sorry. Definitely give this one a try. I had to pick this one up, and a pretty much collectible, yeah, boxy. Castlevania is always pretty expensive, so glad I was able to pick this one up. Because now I don't want to pay the price for these, what I did at the time. And this one, the next one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games, and I have to say the story behind this one is just, I picked this one up for €7 or like $9 ish at the time, because I was just starting working, and I got money, and I was like, I want to get some more video games. I borrowed this one from a friend, and I really loved the game, but it was not mine, so I wanted my own copy. But it took years until I had enough money, until I found this one again for decent prices. But I was started working, and I was looking online, and I saw someone selling this for €7, complete in box, everything, the booklet, the cardboard, the game, complete in box and in very good condition. And I immediately went for it, and it was a little bit of driving, but I don't regret this till this day, because look at this box, it looks clean, amazing condition. I did beat the game on the cartridge, but not 100% yet. I still want to do that, because I want to unlock everything. But really amazing game. Definitely give this one a try if you're looking to play a good RPG on the Game Boy Advance. Definitely recommend this one. This is an amazing game. Good series, actually, the Tactics series. Really good, really good. And look at that artwork, it looks so good. And again, yet the sprite work in this game, amazing. €7 for a complete in box game. Where are the times? Next up, I only paid 5 for this one, and that's Legacy of Goku. Also, at the time when I just started working, which was 11 years ago. Yeah, look at that lenticular. I don't know if it's worth anything more. I can remember, but I wanted to get it, and then I got it. A friend of mine, when I was a friend, now it's more somebody I used to know. He had it. He actually had this game, but he did beat the game. He made it all the way to Frieza, and I was a little jealous. I never got this one, but I got to try the second one though. But I never had it when I was a child, well, younger at least. But glad I got it now, and in box, complete, and it still has the poster. All right, next up, The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King. This one was just a lucky find, and we were checking the video game store, and boom, there it was, just laying there, complete in box. And I had to pick it up. Just finding it. There's just the game itself did not have the sticker on it, but later I checked in the box, the sticker wasn't there. but the glue was completely off. But anyway, I'm still glad to pick this one up. I still need to try it because The Nightmare Before Christmas is a pretty good series, and also yeah, I came because of Kingdom Hearts, I got to know it better. I'm gonna need to be a little faster. Next up, we got Wings Club, also pretty cheap and also still in pretty good condition. Have only played the beginning moments. Still need to try it. Next up, Rayman Advance is you will see I will also have, it's the exact same version as the PS1 game. But this one I just picked up just because I was like, I like Rayman. It's complete in box. The cardboard is still in there, but somehow it's still a little bit loose. And of course, someone put a sticker on there, but I think I can get it off without damaging the box much, and I can clean it off then, and it should look fine. Alright, next up I still need to get a box protector for this one. Is Tom and Jerry Tales. Got it just for pretty cheap, but otherwise most of the box still looks pretty good, except for that one little thing here and here and there, but still let's try it out. Tom and Jerry. Yeah, these two I already talked about. Next up, Avatar: The Legend of Aang. Pretty good game on the Game Boy Advance, I have to say, and the artwork on the Game Boy Advance. I think this is one of the better versions to play. So if you're looking to play Avatar in a good way, definitely give this one a shot. I do say it looks really good on the Game Boy. Definitely give this one a shot. Definitely. Pick this one up for at the time maybe €8. Next up, Danny Phantom: The Ultimate Enemy. I was a huge Danny Phantom fan, and this game was pretty cool actually. It was a beat 'em up, from Danny Phantom, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And then if you beat the game, you unlock a mode, or is it after the secret boss, and then you can play as the evil version, Evil Dan. Interesting game. And next up, the sequel to Danny Phantom, Urban Jungle. I just got this one because I was like, I have the other one, why not this one too? And I got it pretty cheap. I still need to try. I did try it a little, but I remember not much liking it like the other one. The other one is pretty cool to play, but I think this one is more flying stages and a shoot 'em up. That's right, a shmup. Alright, and the next one, of course, if you're watching my channel, if you follow my channel and on Instagram, you know I'm a big lover of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, we have the Sacred Cards in amazing condition. I had to get this one. Just love it, and I'm still trying to collect all of them. So next up, Rest Chef of Destruction. Again, a stupid sticker, but that's pretty common, as you will see then with the other games. Rest Chef of Destruction, complete in box, finally got it. Still looks pretty clean too, top bottom, except that one sticker, of course, here too, but otherwise looks pretty clean. Same style as Sacred Cards, like these are direct sequels. Sacred Cards first and then a direct sequel, which is considered one of the hardest games and annoying to play actually, because there's such a mechanic. It has to check everything on the field. Next up, this is one I picked up in my other video, you have already seen it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Day of the Duelist, I already talked about it, so I'm gonna hurry up with this one. Boom. Next one you also saw already in the other video, World Championship 2004. Box still looks amazing, so glad to have this one in the collection. Next up, Destiny Board Traveler. I just had to pick this one up just because it was super cheap and everybody hates it, and I tried it and it's something else. It's not the best game out there, I have to say. It's just you just have to press A and hope you win actually. but I think unanimously this is one of the hated games. And then next up, of course, a very clean copy of Dungeon Dice Monsters. I was so glad to pick this one up because it's in excellent condition. Oh, really glad with this one. Really glad. That's why I put it all in box protectors because I don't want to lose the integrity of it. All right, next up, new category. That was all Game Boy Advance, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna put mostly everything back then. Yu-Gi-Oh games go separate because that's my own little shelf-ish. Alright, next up I might go to 3DS just because it's next in the shelf. That's a smaller section, I don't have to. Okay, take this, take this. Small. Alright, I'm gonna quickly go over these two just because I only have two. Two boxes of it. I never grew up with an N64, so I can't say how it was or how it played because I never tried them out. Never even on an emulator, not even on the Wii. But I'm definitely gonna give it a shot later on because I'm pretty much getting interested now in getting an N64 because there's some games I want to try, and one of them I have now, and this is Banjo-Kazooie. It's the Japanese version though, because like I said, I've been getting more and more Japanese games because they're pretty cheap to get. A boxed version, yeah, I got it pretty cheap, but as you can see that there's with cheap games you can of course sometimes expect some little damage, but otherwise it's still pretty clean copy. Just at the front a little something, but otherwise still looks pretty good. Never played this game, but this is one I'm definitely interested in trying out because it looks pretty interesting. And Banjo, look at Banjo, adorable. It's a bear. A bear. Just had to get this one just because it's cheap. And the other one is Pokemon Stadium Gold and Silver version. I had to pick this one up also because like how much did I pay? 20, 22-ish? I had to pick it up. It's in really good condition, front, side, back. Not the bottom though. The bottom is just a little bit dent, but otherwise still looks pretty clean. Over here a little on the side, and I think that's it. Yeah, otherwise this still looks very clean. Never tried it, but I'm from what I heard, the Stadium 1 is now on the Nintendo Switch Online, and of course, yeah, I love gold and silver. I also have a big poster of them right next to me on the wall. Oh, Lugia looks amazing. Like I see. Let's see if I can turn it around. As you can see there, looks cool, huh? Alright, let's get back to me. Alrighty then. And those were the only two N64 games that I picked up. So that section is already done. Next up, I'm quickly gonna go over. This is like, I have to say, this case pretty amazing. Definitely get it if you're going on the traveling route a lot. You want to play, of course, your 3DS games, but you want a convenient place to store them. You can definitely pick this one up. I think it's from AliExpress, and I really recommend it. So we got Chrono Trigger, which I have the box you will see. These are many of the box will see. Pokemon Platinum. We have Nintendogs, which I got from my stepmom, who gave it to me because she works in a used store, and it just came in, and I was like, hey, I'll get this. She thought it was a memory card, so she gave it to me. She thought it was like an SD card. Donkey Kong Country Returns, Ultra Moon. I have the box. I don't have the box for Donkey Kong Country Returns, so I got it for like less than 10. I have everything the box from here except maybe Attack of the Saiyans and White version 2, but I will check then. We don't have the box for Kingdom Hearts. What is the name? 358 days divided by 2. Alpha Sapphire. There's Castlevania Circle of the Moon. No, wait. Dawn of Sorrow. And then there's Pokemon X, but I think most of that I got still the box. Now Yu-Gi-Oh! Nightmare Troubadour, as you will see. Another Castlevania, Pokemon Ranger, another Castlevania game, and Final Fantasy Tactics Event 2. So, but if you're traveling, handy case. Of course, our Nintendo DS that I picked up pretty cheap and still have a Yu-Gi-Oh game in it. Oh yeah, that's right. The Yu-Gi-Oh double pack actually. So Sacred Cards and Restia and Destruction all in one cartridge. We got the 3DS with so many games on there, and what is in there? Mario and Luigi, Bowser Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Still need to, that's why it's in there, still need to try it out. Yeah, of course, with the release of the 3DS, they also made the Virtual Console. And of course I had to pick up the box thingies with the download codes. They are used now. I definitely use them all. There's crystal version, gold, silver version. Had to pick these one up, but there's the childhood games and gold version, and they were pretty relatively cheap, and I love that they recreated the box for it. So I'm still keeping them because they look great, and I don't have the original boxes, and they're too expensive to get. But anyway, still pretty cool. Next up, of course, you're gonna expect these Yu-Gi-Oh games, of course. World Championship 2007. I actually most of the Yu-Gi-Oh games boxed. I think I only had like a couple of them. Yeah, I think I had 2 on the PSP, 1 on the PS2, and 1 on the PS1. The Forbidden Memories. But I think I already no, I did not show PS1 games yet, so there's gonna be, I think that's gonna be next then. Yeah, it's gonna be next. Yeah, so I all started picking up most games pretty recent, so because that's my whole goal now, to get all Yu-Gi-Oh games. So here's one already, Yu-Gi-Oh World Championship 2007. Then we got Yu-Gi-Oh Card Almanac, or however you. It's just a catalog of cards, which is just a library, but you can all look that up now. It's not really a game, but came with free cards. Just picked it up. Nightmare Troubadour, I picked this one up in Austria, and I have seen it went up in price, so I'm glad I got it before it went up in price. Because I saw a YouTuber that I follow, he's also picking up the Yu-Gi-Oh games now a little, and woof, he overpaid, definitely. If he should look for the European version, it should be much cheaper than the Americans. It's just the same game, come on, guys. Then Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D, Stardust Accelerated, 2009. I actually ordered 2011, but he was selling at the same time, 2009 and 2011, and I think he switched them up. And yeah, I guess we both agreed on keeping it, I guess. Oh. And then there's, of course, Spirit Call. I think this was the latest one I got on the DS collection for the Yu-Gi-Oh! So I still need to collect some couple more, but they all still look pretty clean. Like, these boxes are pretty sturdy, so that's always good until these are broken. Alright, let's get into more boxed games. Of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega Ruby Limited Edition comes with a steelbook. We only had to pay €5 extra, so I was like, why not? Let's get this one. And I'm a little sad I didn't do the Sapphire one though, because we also got Sapphire. But I was already starting to date my girlfriend, and we both decided to each get one. But I'm a little sad we didn't get the steelbook for the Sapphire one, because that would have been also pretty cool. But anyway, that happened. Nothing to do about it. Alright, next up, pretty recent game that I picked up less than a year ago, or Pokemon Ranger. I can't remember the name, but it looks pretty clean, and I was like, why not? And I started to get in the Ranger game, so still need to play this one, but looks cool. Next up, Animal Crossing Wild World, the Japanese version. My girlfriend is a huge fan of the Animal Crossing games, so she definitely had to pick this one up. Hello, hello. This one we picked up at the flea market, Spyro the Eternal Night. It was pretty cheap to pick up. I don't know if it's a good one, but I should definitely give it a try. As darkness falls, a hero must rise. And that hero is Spyro. This one I picked up for, I think, $5. Demo, Metroid Prime Hunters, First Hunt. I just wanted to get for the Metroid collection a little. It's interesting. Also recent pickup, just because it was super cheap. But I guess it goes even for lower price. Okay, next up, we got One Piece. Like, my girlfriend is trying to get also more and more One Piece games. Like, as I'm trying to collect Yu-Gi-Oh games, she's trying to get One Piece games. She grew up with the One Piece anime a lot. She's a huge fan. I never watched it before her, and we started watching it together, and we're pretty much catched up now. So we still have to watch Zoro beat Kingdo. I think that's now already out, so we should definitely check it out. Next up, if you follow my Instagram, you would have seen this one already. The World Ends With You. I just recently posted a picture with my Neku figurine. This is Neku, by the way. Yeah, I got the Switch version too. It's a pretty cool game. I had it on the iPhone too. But guess what? I still need to beat it, actually. But I'm trying on the Switch version. That's where I'm the farthest right now, so... Okay, this one I also picked up just because it was pretty cheap at the time. Mega Man ZX Advance. And I'm glad I did, because I'm actually a huge fan of the Mega Man series, so... Had to pick this one up. Also on the Mega Man Zero collection, definitely try it out. Kingdom Hearts, this was also 9 months ago that I picked this one up, just because it's also pretty cheap, and I was like, oh, why not? Why not? Is the music not too annoying? Because I don't really hear much the music, because seems pretty calm, so I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the music. Oh, nothing of commercial shows up actually. Okay, seems to be fine. Then of course, yeah, we had to pick up Metroid Prime Hunters. Look at that spectacular lentacular effect. Okay, I regret I had Metroid Prime Pinball, and I regret selling it. And they're so hard to get now, and it's a little expensive to get because I really enjoyed the pinball game. Then that was so fun to play. Next up, as I said, I have Pokemon Ranger, complete in box. Started to get into series, really liked it. I really love the visual settings of it, so of course I need to get these stickers off still. God, I hate stickers on my games. Next up, we have Project X Zone 2. Okay, this is the Project X series. Oh, Jesus, it's getting more and more expensive. I had the first one, but I sold it for pretty cheap, and I regret it because now it's a pretty expensive game. But I still got the second one. So, and these are all. It's also getting up in price. It's, as you can see, it's a really mashup of so many games: Street Fighter, Tekken, Darkstalkers. What I see here is that it's a PS2 game. I can't remember which one. I see Devil May Cry, Dot Hack series, Ace Attorney. I guess is a Virtua Fighter, and then God Eater, Tales of Symphonia, Resident Evil, Shenmue, Mega Man, of course. There's so many franchises, and then of course Fire Emblem. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then Etrian Odyssey 2, Untold, The Fafnir Knight. My girlfriend picked this one up, but she still needs to try it out though, actually. But from what I've seen, it's a pretty expensive game. Same with this one, she still needs to continue this one. It's Ever Oasis. But I'm also willing to try this one out. It looks pretty interesting, actually. I wonder how it is. Okay, next up. My girlfriend is a big fan of the Dead or Alive series, Dead or Alive Dimensions. Still need to clean this one up a little. I think we got this at the flea market, if I remember. Need to clean this one up, and then it will look pretty again. Next up, we have Super Mario 3D Land, a good game, very good game for the 3DS. Definitely give this one a shot. Just like a staple of the 3DS, so they really did good on this one. Mario! Of course, Bowser and Luigi Bowser Inside Story, plus, like I said, I have this one on complete unbox, and it's pretty, from what I remember, it's also an expensiver one. Alright, next up, Hello Kitty Big City Dreams. Nintendo 3DS compatible. Must be at the launch of the 3DS though, so. Alright, next up, Naruto 2 Ninja Destiny European version. I don't know why it needed to be. I guess there's a difference between the other one, the USA and the European version. Yeah, I'm just going over a little faster because we have a lot of games to talk about, and I want to make it maybe a 3-parter video because I still have a lot to go. Alright, let's check this one out. This one I picked up just because it was pretty cheap, and that's Kid Icarus Uprising. Tried it a little, still need to play it further, and yeah, it's a pretty good one actually. Definitely recommend it, but there was an expansion with it for the 3DS, and I think it might have been easier to play it with that. I'm not sure, I don't have it. Next up, a very good Fire Emblem game on the 3DS, and I don't know if I would say it's the best one of all the ones on the 3DS, but it's up there. It's a really good one. I started, well, sadly to say, I got them all. I played this one too, but I still need to beat it actually, and yeah, I started to lose interest in it, kinda, and but this one still interests me. But starting from the Switch games, it lost my interest. But I definitely will give this one still a try, because I was still having fun with this one. Yeah, definitely will give this a shot. Metroid Returns, Samus Returns, okay. Also getting pretty expensive now, so glad that we got it. Still need to beat it actually. there's still many that I have to beat, but I'm getting there through my games and my off time. There's Ultra Moon, of course. Okay. Next up, Fire Emblem Fates. I only got one. I know there's like 3 versions of this. I only got one just because this one was the cheapest to get. Yeah. Still need to play this one further. I'm not far yet. And then we have Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Love Kyogre. I think this one is the better version of the two though. If you have to choose between Ruby or Sapphire, I would recommend Sapphire. I think it makes a little more sense. Star Fox 64 3D. I had to pick this one up just because it was pretty cheap, and I have to say I think it plays pretty good, and I think I haven't played the N64, but if I compare it to the two, I would definitely choose this one over the N64 though. Then I have Persona Q, but I never picked up the second one, so I might need to do it though. Interesting game though, but yeah, you need to farm a lot though. Next up we have Fire Emblem Warriors, which I also have now on the Switch because there was a huge sale in some gaming site, and I picked it up for the Switch pretty cheap. But yeah, at this time come on, Nintendo, drop the prices a little more of the games, because so many years later you're still asking sometimes full price for a game that's already out for like 4 or 5 years. Okay, next up, this is from my girlfriend's One Piece Unlimited World Red, which she recently bought back on the PS4, and she really enjoyed it playing again, and it looked pretty interesting to play. So yeah, pretty good game actually from what I saw. And then she really enjoyed this one, Unlimited Cruise SP. She really enjoyed it. She loved all the characters that you can play it, and that's from what I saw. I tried it out a little. That's indeed true. There's many characters that you can play like in the Pirate Warrior series. Then we have Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. She got this one when she bought I don't know if it was a used or new 3DS, and she got this game free for it. So really great. It's the Monado. Pokemon X, got this one pretty cheap, gladly. Really liked X and Y, because yeah, it was one of the newer 3D. I had it when it was pretty new on the 3DS, but I sold it then because it was still higher price, and I really enjoyed it because it looked very good. I really liked the world of X and Y, but I think the easiest 3DS game though, from Pokemon at least, Rayman 3D. Rayman. It's just Rayman 2, but yeah, some could say it's better graphics and stuff, but it looks really good. It looks good on the 3DS, I have to say. Alright, next up, Pokemon Ultra Sun. We don't always pick up the different versions, as you will see later. Okay, Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, like it. It's good, but I think the controls could be better on the 3DS, and I think they should have ported this on the Switch. I think the Switch was already out. I'm not sure, but they should have chosen this for on the Switch. But I guess they will still do in the future. Mario. And then this one, One Piece Romance Dawn, and this one. There was a point that this was almost 90, 100 euro, more than $100 just to get this one. I haven't seen this one yet. I saw a little bit of pictures of it, but not how it is actually. Alright, the last section. This is a game I still need to beat. That's Triforce Heroes, but Yeah, it would be handy if you have a couple of friends with you. Really like the concept of multicolored links. I like the blue one a lot. Next up, Resident Evil Revelations, a great game that looks amazing on a 3DS, and oh, they ported it already many times now, but seeing it actually work on the 3DS definitely worth a shot. It's a really good game actually. Brought back the horror. Next up is Kirby Triple Deluxe. Look at that little boy. Come on, boy. Yeah, just picked this one up because it was also, like, as you can see, the Nintendo Selects version was pretty cheap to pick up. Next up we have Ultramont again. That's Ultra Moon. There was a time there was a huge sale when it was still like it was almost $40 still, €40 for the game, and there was a store selling it for 15, and I ordered it a second copy so I can replay it again. Why not? Ocarina of Time. I wish I had not the Nintendo Selects version, but I can't do anything about it. I could order a new one, but I don't want to because it's still fine. So um, I would say I know it's a port of the N64, but this might be my I think this might be my favorite 3DS game. It's really good. It's really good. I'm not saying that this is the best Zelda game. I'm just saying that this might be my favorite 3DS game. And then we have Hyrule Warrior Legends. My girlfriend played this one more. I had the Wii U version, and then later we got the Switch version. So we got actually both the all three versions, but I think I sold the Wii U version at the time then, because I got the Switch version. Okay, A Link Between Worlds. Really good game. Yeah, the world is good, the graphics are good. Interesting concept, and people really love A Link to the Past. So if you want more of A Link to the Past, then definitely give this one a shot. Also, I would have to say get the normal version because it looks so much cleaner, like completely full, and with the you will see it like with the next one, Majora's Mask. It's just it completes the look. Really good game. It's either this one or the Ocarina of Time for the 3DS game, but again, these are remakes. Still great. The 3DS game itself, I can't really say which game is my favorite. Um, I can't really choose, and hmm. There's so many. Wait, I still have a couple of games to show. Okay. I can't remember what I would pick. I just there's so many good ones out there. I have for some systems that I would say, oh, this is my favorite game of all time, or the favorite PlayStation game or PlayStation 2 game. For those are easier for me because I play them a lot, or I do keep replaying them or stuff like that. But not always every game sticks in my mind, but most of them I can remember. There's still a couple of more. This one I also picked up at the flea market, also complete and boxed. Great condition. Still need to. There's a little dirt on here. Okay. Final Fantasy, the really good game. Couldn't be long though. You play this long, but with extra characters, Penelo and Vaughn from Final Fantasy 12. If you're a fan of like the tactics games, really, I think you should play them all. They're really good actually. Can't say anything wrong about it. Yeah, that's you have to be prepared to take some time. Pokemon Pearl. This one is the American version. They sold it pretty cheap because they were like, we can't sell the American version here in Europe, and I was like, okay, I will take it. I don't mind. Next up is Chrono Trigger. I picked this one up for 15 at the time, 10 or 15, and I'm really glad I did because I played the 10 and I really enjoyed the game. The visual style that came with it, like a little Dragon Ball style, really good game. Definitely a recommendation. Then of course we had to get this one. I paid some kid at the flea market 10 or 15 for this Pokemon Soul Silver because he wanted to make some money. I can't remember, but I had to no Pokewalker though, so that was a little sad. But really great game. Definitely a fan favorite. And then we have Naruto Ninja Destiny. We picked this one up with the second one at the same time. So, all right, these were all my DS and 3DS games. So hope you liked it. So we're gonna go to the next category, which I said was PS1 because I still have a lot more to go. But I kind of want to stay at okay, well, PS1. Okay, PS1.
Perfect.
I can't drop them, so need to be careful. They're all completed, folks. All right, next up. All right, next up. Haha, yeah, the perfect. Uh, Next up is PS1 games, and there's this one has definitely grown in the years since I started working and earning some money. Because I really grew up with these games, and most of them I didn't have. I did have at some point. Most of them are sold again, and yeah, I had to pick them up. Yeah, I had to pick them up again. I just wanted them for the collection. So there was also a time at the time, so many years ago, people sometimes played with burned discs, and we did too. So someone installed a chip, and we were able to play some burned games, and that's how we basically got to know so many games. We also had a rental store, so we were like, okay, let's try out these games. If there's a chance we can buy them, we might. But at the time, we were not the most richest people, so we rented it, or if we had someone we knew with burn games, we tried out those games. But I was always like, I prefer having the original. But at the time, yeah, we don't always have the money to buy everything. Let's start up first. First up, this is my only Japanese game that I have, and I just picked it up, oh, maybe a year ago, and it was at a gaming convention, completely of PC computers and stuff, like the newest tech that they all had, the newest virtual reality and stuff. And there was a seller also for video games there, only one stand or something. That was a little disappointing, maybe two. And I was checking out the games, and I came across this one, and it was only he asked only €10 for this one, and then I checked online, and on eBay this goes for €100, so $110 something. So yeah, and as it is now, Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes X Edition. I don't know if it's the X Edition, but as you can see in my background, I have the Marvel vs. Capcom 1-Up arcade. The second one, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but it comes with a couple of games, and I think this one is on there. So I'm glad I got them both now, and I will keep this one. It looks pretty cool. I like the artwork on it. All right, first up, Rayman. We got Rayman. Oh, this was I had this when I was a child, and we remember it being one of the hardest games we played. We never actually beat it, and fun fact, I still haven't beaten it yet. Because I after we got to the PS2, I haven't picked it up as much anymore. So, but I'm kind of I kind of want to try it out again. But I heard reviewers say it's a pretty hard game, and in order to get the true ending, you need to unlock everything. And this one will just be a playthrough, maybe with some save states, because I don't have the time to restart over and over and over. I just want to see how it is actually, so I might give that one a shot. Also looks very good on the PS1, I have to say. Great visual style. Next up, you saw this one before in the unboxing video, so Donald Duck, Quack Attack. In America, Going Crackers. Okay, next up we have Crash Bash, a very good multiplayer game to definitely play with. It's couch co-op though, but I wonder if they will ever remake this one from the Crash thing, because I actually thought it was pretty fun to play, but I never beat it though, because later the mini games got pretty difficult, But if you can play this with four, that's pretty fun actually then. But we were always with two because we didn't have the universal adapter. But I'm glad I was able to pick this one up. This one I paid a little more though. I think it was 25, 30-ish at the time. This one I picked up the moment it came on a game shop. I got notification, and I saw it. New games in, and this was on there, and I had to pick it up. Sheepdog and a Wolf. I remember playing this one, and I really loved it, and I'm dying to try it out again actually. So and I don't see that game often. Same with this next one, Bugs Bunny Travel Through Time. I definitely need to give this one a try too. And you will see it's made from the same company that made the Grinch, because the walking animation of Bugs Bunny and the Grinch is exactly the same, but I think Bugs Bunny looks a little better. Got this. Next one is Croc 2, but from where I ordered it, they gave me for free, and I need to get a separate case for this. The first one, Croc 1 and 2. So here's Croc 1. So I'm a little sad that I still need to get a little box for it, but gladly I don't move around the games much just now for this video. But Croc 2, I played this one. Don't think we ever beat it, or we got pretty close to it. And I still need to try out Croc 1. Fun fact, they actually wanted Yoshi to be the main character, so Nintendo was like, nope, we don't want it. And then they decided to make Croc, a crocodile, which is adorable. We got, of course, my big brother's favorite game, Metal Gear Solid. Fun fact, they're gonna bring it to the PS5 or PS4, so definitely give this one a shot. I have to say, I prefer this one over the GameCube remake because the voice acting is amazing, and it's still like a movie. And I think if you like retro games and that retro look of the PS1, give this one a shot. It is a heavy story game, but you will not be disappointed, especially if it's your first time. It's an interesting game. Next up is one of my childhood again, Final Fantasy IX. Oh, this game is great, super great. Good RPG. This one is still the box from my childhood, like Croc 2, Bugs Bunny, Sheepdog, all Rayman. Rayman has just because, yeah, just when I started working again, so that's 11 years ago. That one I picked up then, but all the rest of them were the last 5 years at least. Metal Gear Solid, I don't know. That was still from my childhood. But that was from my dad. He got it. He got it again, and he gave it to me then. Yeah, this one, of course, great music, great game. Definitely give this a shot if you're a fan of Final Fantasy or RPGs in general. This one I recently rebought 1.5 year ago or 1 year ago, just because I never had the boxed version of Final Fantasy VIII, and this one is my favorite of the trilogy on the PS1, because I think I played this one the most, especially the Triple Triads game. But in my youth, I think I never beat it though. I only beat it when I got it pretty late. Next up, we have Final Fantasy VII. This is the French version, so my understanding is not so good of this. But yeah, my dad got this for me from the thrift store, like very cheap, and I think maybe €4.50. So I'm glad he gave this to me. It was like, or €3.50, or I can't remember, because his wife works there, so she gets a discount, and yeah, you get discount on discount stuff. And I was like, yay, great, I love it. That's the guy with the big sword. And then we have Jay Cocoon. This is the American box. They sold it for 5 because no one wants to buy it, and it doesn't work on European system, and that is completely true. But the matter of the fact is, I actually got. I put the American version disc somewhere else, but maybe I will put it in back here. Does it? Oh yeah. Oh no. It doesn't have another case for another disc. But I had the European version, but I never had the box for the European version, so I put the European version in here. So basically, I got it unboxed, but for me. And this one I picked, when I started working. This one I picked up maybe not so long ago, 3 or 4 months ago. Fear Effect. Just popped up on Marketplace, and I was like, okay, how much do you want it? And yeah, they all start to check the prices online, and yeah, he asked, of course. That's what I hate. I get it. Everyone wants the full price of it. But that's when I sell, I try to go a little under what it goes for. But no, everyone I know and everyone that wants to sell games, boom, the highest price. And I really, I might not be able to check the Sony showcase, but I checked it already a little at my free time. And there's so many games coming out, like the Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, 2 and 3 are coming, the original ones. Silent Hill 2 Fragment looks really good. The Spider-Man 2 really good. So there's some games coming out that will be interesting to play. Okay, then this one I picked up just because it was pretty cheap, and now I have seen it's gotten more popularity, and yeah, I'm priced up is Galerians. I had it when I was smaller, but I tried it out and I didn't really like it. But I'm willing to give it a new shot because I think the concept was still actually pretty interesting. At the time I was young and I didn't try it, but I think my dad got it from somewhere. But no one ever played it. He not, my brother not, I not, and at some point, yeah, we got rid of it. But I do need to clean this one though. Okay, next up, this one I played a lot, and I recommend this definitely. You can see a playthrough of me on the PS3 I captured on the computer it, and then I streamed it, and I did beat the game, and I definitely recommend this one if you're like a gothic horror RPG guy, because I think the story is pretty interesting and it's a really good game. Definitely give this one a shot. I don't know how much the prices are going for, but I think they're not the cheapest ones. Next up is the game I'm currently streaming, and that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. You already saw this one before, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I'm still playing it. Next one is a recent one I picked up just because I really wanted to get it for the collection, and it's also getting more in price. Sadly, I paid a little much for this one, but it's just because it doesn't pop up much in really good condition. So I had to pick this one up. Still trying to get a G-Con to try it out once with the G-Con, and that's Resident Evil Survivor. I did beat the story already, so pretty interesting actually. I really like it. It's first person Resident Evil on the PS1. Pretty interesting. Next up is a game from my childhood, but I played it in my childhood. I sold it and then I rebought it for 7, and still need to replay it again. Cool Borders 2. This one, my girlfriend wanted to buy for her mother, but the game does not come in German, so I got it instead. So I don't mind because I'm still trying to collect more Tomb Raider games. So we got this one. I think this is called The Last Revelations in English. All right, next up, you can have this on the Super Nintendo too, but I have it on the PS1. Mickey's Wild Adventure. I still need to try this one out. I'm pretty interested actually in this one, but I remember it being a little hard though. I'm pretty interested in this one. Still want to try it out. Next up, we played this one too from my childhood, but it's not my copy from my childhood. But I picked it up when I started work. No, a couple of years ago. Fighting Force 2. Yeah, I picked it up recently because that's the sticker from the game shop that I now go here and there sometimes, not always, but can always buy games from the same shop. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Still need to try this one out. As you can see, I still need to get the price stickers off. I think I paid a decent price for it, 14. Never played it. Will need to try it out. Okay, this one is from my childhood, and that's Parasite Eve 2. I love this game, and I'm hoping that they're gonna remaster these games or at least port it to the PS5 because I really want to replay them, get some platinum trophies or at least trophies for it. And also the second one released for the West for us, but not the first one. And that's one I have played now on the PS3 from the PlayStation Store, and I have to say I like the first one too, and I really want them to be remade. And then I got this one in a recent video. You already saw this one, Lost World Jurassic Park. This one I picked up just because it was pretty cheap, less than 5. Sweet Skater 2. I played the first one but not the second one, so I still need to try this one out. Next one is sadly no front cover, but it has still the booklet, and that's Darkstalkers: The Night Warriors. And I picked this up at the flea market for pretty cheap. I was like, oh, it's Darkstalkers, cool. And I don't know if this one is a little word much, but hey, it's Darkstalkers, so pretty interesting. I like sometimes I think these games are not findable here, but then I keep getting surprised and I'm like, whoa, it's just in the flea market, somebody had it. But this one I picked up just because it reminded me of Toy Story 2, like this gameplay, and like especially with this room. And Cadicarus on YouTube, he said it's a interesting game. He likes it actually. So I was like, why not? This one I picked up because the copy was pretty clean, and some people really like the Army Men series. So I was like, maybe I will give it a shot. Next up, that was at the time I was also starting to work, and I got some money, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy more games. This one I still need to clean a little though. Digimon Rumble Arena. I played this one on a burned disc, and I liked it. It was like a simpler version of Smash, but at the time I didn't know Smash, so this one I picked up last time in Austria. I was pretty cheap, so great. As you can see in Austria, they speak German there, so most of the games have a German box. But as you can see, English software, so that means the game is completely in English. It's just the booklet inside is in German. That's it. Next up, we have Lucky Luke. Lucky Luke. This one I played definitely when I was younger. I think we had a disc or a burned disc. I can't remember though. But oh boy, this never beaten this game though. But with passwords, you can get pretty far. Next up, I definitely played this one as a demo, and I picked this one immediately up when I started working because I really loved the gameplay of it and it was interesting to play. Still need to play it again. I really loved it because it was a cool concept at the time, for me at least. This one I picked up recently too. It's on Instagram. The Smurfs, only 150. Don't know what I never played it before, and I still need to. But I got some time shortage, of course. Next up, Digimon World 2003. Immediately bought this one after working, and I'm glad I did because I don't know how much it's going for, but I'm expecting a little much for it, and I'm still glad to complete unbox. Same thing. Immediately picked it up when I started working. Not it sounds like the first paycheck I got, I bought a lot of games. No, this is over like the first year. In the first year, I did buy a lot of games, and this one I bought for €5. So I'm really glad I got this one for 5. It was just like, oh, we're getting rid of some games. Boom, yeah, give me this one. Dino Crisis. Really glad I did. Okay, this one I picked at the same time with Tarzan. You will see later. At the same flea market for €3, $3. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, notorious for its bad graphics, or at least from Dumbledore and Hagrid. Next up, Vagrant Story. Oh, this one is more my childhood, and I love this game, and I really recommend this one if you're a big fan of RPG, and especially a story-driven RPG. This game looks good on the PS1. There's no voice acting though, except his grunting and his hits and his damage that he takes. But really check this one out if you have a PS1. And I really wanted to get this sign as a tattoo on my back, and I still kind of want to. And if you know the game, you know where that sign is on the back. Next up is another Tomb Raider game that we picked up for pretty cheap. Tomb Raider 3. Very nice. Perfect. Fan favorite game. I also picked this one up. As you can see, the price is still on there. $9.98. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Great soundtrack. Great soundtrack. Oh, we played this one not 100%, but you can of course use a cheat code but unlock everything, but we didn't always knew the cheat codes, so the internet was not time good. Alright, this one, Mega Man X5. Picked this one up for 10. So yeah, really glad I did because I played a burned copy of this and I was like, I need to get this one as a real copy. But I picked this one up when I was younger, so There was a rental store, and they were throwing away almost all the PS1 games, but they were selling them at the time for like 5 or 10 euro. No, it was €5. I paid it for €5. That's right. And yeah, I'm glad I did, because it's an expensive game now. This one I picked up recently, maybe a year ago. Trying to sell now one of the toys that I still have. This one I picked up just because we played a burned copy of this, and it's a button masher, but yeah, yeah, it's a really funny game actually, especially if you play it co-op. And if you had to multi-tap, I think that with 4 players, I think that must be so fun. That must be so fun. This one I just picked up in a thrift store. It was like €1 or 50 cents, and I was like, oh, it's another case. So someone paid at least 17.33 at the time. What a rip-off. Okay, next up is one of my brother's favorites also. That's Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Really great game. Oh, Jesus, a big scratch. But maybe I can replace it with the tennis one. That might be an idea to do. Then no more crack. Next up we have Lilo and Stitch Trouble on Hawaii. But it's in Dutch for us. We picked this one up weirdly in a French store. So it's weird to see that there's a Dutch game in a French store. Oh, this one I played super much. I love this game, Spider-Man, and narrated by Stan Lee. Really, they said that this version of Spider-Man also appears in the new Miles Morales movie, so we should be on the lookout for that. And then I picked this one a couple of years ago up in that video game. I think the price is still on there. Yep, see, same thingy, 11. Don't like it as much as the first one though. This one I picked up recently in the last video box. No, not in the video. But it's Beyblade, the video game store. Next up we have In Cold Blood. I think this was in the unboxing video. It's like a Resident Evil-esque game. Next up we have Digimon Digital Card Battle from Digimon. An interesting way of card battle, but you're just I liked it, but it's just a guessing game, and you need to have a lot of patience for that one. Next up, Rayman Rush. Great game. I don't know because I never played it, but I really wanted to get it for the collection, and I will definitely give it a shot. Actually, I'm pretty interested actually in it. And then next up, like I said, I got something from Jade Cocoon, but the person selling it put it together with the back cover of Digimon World. But I ordered at the time Digimon World with Jade Cocoon, and he put it just like this. He didn't have it complete though. So here's the Digimon game. And then of course you have here the American version of Jade Cocoon. So I actually still have basically a complete boxed in version Jade Cocoon of the American version. And yeah, I love Digimon World 1, so I would have loved to have the front cover it. Maybe I can find it online, then I can change it into a complete box. Because Digimon World 1, great game, underrated game, hidden gem. Definitely give this one a shot, especially if you're a big fan of like Tamagotchi, because this game is basically Tamagotchi. Because they have to go to the toilet and stuff, and you have to clean it up after them. Alright, that was PS1. I'm gonna definitely make a third part of the video, because let's say we're 50% of the games in, and I think next up should be going faster, but I do have a lot of PS3 games, so that's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be also a long video. So we still have GameCube, small decent collection. We still have Wii games, we have Wii U games. we still have all my PSP games, which have been increasing recently, and a whole bunch of PS2 games still, and there might be a fourth part of the video coming. No, I'm not on 50% yet. Let's say 40, because I still have all the PS4 games downstairs and the PS5, and also still Switch games. So there's a lot of games still to look out for. You know what? Let's go. Let's check out. Maybe we still have a little bit of time, but I'm gonna stop soon. Yeah, there's still a lot of games to check out though. Yeah, and of course I still have a couple of special editions and stuff. Gonna put this off for now. Let's go to live scene. Let's. Let's see.
Alleen vandaag heel veel.
Okay, I'm just checking a little video. We might. I will check it maybe with you then. Okay, let's see. Maybe I will just talk about it. So wait, maybe let's see. Well, I will just talk about it. So there is this new trailer about. Well, I could actually capture the thingy. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Alright, as you can see, oops. Alright, let's see. I'm not gonna show any footage, I'm just gonna be like scrolling over it. We can talk about it. Most people have already seen the video, so first up we have Metal Gear Solid 3. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. I don't know when it will come out. I'm hoping still pretty much this year. I really love the game. I think the third one is the best one. It's such a good game. Really, I think before playing the remake, you should definitely give the PS2 game a shot. It's available on PS2. It's also available in the HD collection on the PS3. There might be a PC version of it. It's also available on the 3DS, but I don't recommend this one. It's available on the Vita. So definitely give this one a shot. It's such a great game. The story is great. The gameplay is great. It's so good. It's so good. And then we have, of course, Marvel Spider-Man 2. I hope they're. I played Spider-Man PS4. There's, I think the remastered is now for free because of the movie. I need to check it out, so I downloaded it on PS5. It looks amazing. It plays great, but I did think there was too much similar missions, and it could get some change up though. And then I played Miles Morales. I think it released. It's amazing, beautiful game. Still prefer Spider-Man because I think the story could have been handled a little better of Miles Morales. It was pretty predictable, and too much similar to Spider-Man PS4. But I'm hoping with this one, since you can play with both of them, and of course I see the Venom outfits and stuff, that we're gonna see it too. More of Venom and more iconic villains. Marathon, I do not know about this one. Alan Wake, I heard it's only digital, so that's a little sad because people love to get physicals. There might be a chance that Limited Run will do a port of it. We'll see, or other game physical forever making games, distributors or something. I don't know what companies did all this. Let's hope it gets a physical because I have the first one and I want to continue it. Final Fantasy 16. I don't know. Final Fantasy has gone. Yeah, I played 4. What was it? 4? No, 15. I think I beat it in like 2 or 3 weeks. The platinum, got it immediately. But I enjoyed it, but I also did not enjoy it. It's okay. I expected more from it. It didn't wow me. We have Assassin's Creed Mirage. Yeah, people that are a fan of the Assassin's Creed and the big open world. Is that, I don't know if it's like a remake of the first one or it's a completely new one. Let's see. There might be a commercial. Of course, this is why I don't want to watch. I have not subscribed or anything. So sorry for commercial. Either way, they look good. I'm gonna stop it already. Dragon's Dogma 2. This might be interesting. More a multiplayer game, I guess. Street Fighter 6. I am a fan of the series, but as you can see, I don't have many of the games. But there's a couple of games that I like of them, and I think it's pretty cool that they're getting a sixth one, but I will not buy it at launch price. I always wait till it's pretty cheap. Ghost Runner 2, don't know it. I am excited for FNAF Help Wanted 2, because I have the first one, I have the VR goggles. I still need the new VR 2, but yeah, like I said, I don't have all the money in the world. Ghost Runner 2, I don't know. Resident Evil 4 remake, I still need to get. But I'm also excited it gets a VR mode, because kudos to them. Destiny 2, don't really care about it much. The final shape. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting showcase, but of course we're always hoping for more. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'd like to see you guys next time. Bye, and also thank you for the follow. We're gonna keep growing. Bye.